and now it's time for Phase 2. When's it coming? When is Phase 2 coming with the turtles, the phantoms, the drowned mob? Hey there guys, Skippy here from Skippy 6 Gaming, guys, coming to you from a little bit of the aquatic love in this random world. Guys, what I'm going to tell you here is we are going to discuss Phase 2 release date. So as you know already, on Bedrock Edition, we are lucky. We have had the first kind of pre-release version of Update Aquatic. It comes complete with corals, shipwrecks, dolphins, kelp, things like that, but we are missing several bigger factors, including the Phantom of the Night Sky. We are also missing underwater ruins. We're missing, let's see what else. We're missing turtles. Holy cow. So everybody wants to know when Phase 2 is coming. This is a really elaborate story, guys. I have created several visual aids for your enjoyment. For this one here, guys, let's go for 322 likes. If you're one of those dudes, don't forget to hit me up in the comments. So yeah, when are we getting these things? You know, are they coming soon? When is the full aquatic coming up? And actually, you know, when is every version coming up? So I have a few theories on this one here, and we're going to go over the visual aids now and discuss. So first, what we're going to do is throw up on the screen the very first visual aid. So this first one here, you're going to see we have a calendar, a beautiful calendar of May and June, because this is generally the period where updates are released. So if you had watched in the past before, we made kind of, a lot of people have made kind of, you know, ideas of when the Update Aquatic would be coming out. Generally, most of them were in June, so we're looking mostly at, I think my previous statement was June 5th. Again, the first Tuesday. Again, Tuesday is, the reason Tuesday is a thing for Minecraft updates, especially for console edition, because on Sony PlayStation they update their store on Tuesday. It's a thing, and when updates come across versions, usually it would be on a Tuesday. So things have changed now. We're going to go to step 2. This map here, or this calendar, will show you a few different dates. So generally looking at if they want and they desire and they wish to release the aquatic update all together on all versions, that means that they would have to do so on a Thursday or on a Tuesday. That means that tomorrow, I guess, would be one of the days. Next Tuesday, June the 5th, and maybe June the 12th. I really strongly disagree with June the 12th. I don't think they're going to release it that late. That's already too late. People are starting their summer holidays already, and they want to have it jumping for that. So the red mark there represents when Phase 1 came out. So that's, yeah, last Wednesday is when that one came out. So that threw everybody off because it's not on a Tuesday, but it wasn't on console edition PlayStation. So Tuesday isn't a really big deal. So let's jump over to the third visual aid. So using this thought process here, I really like this map, guys. I worked really hard on these visual aids. So basically what we're looking at here is all the yellows and the greens. These would definitely be dates that I guess potentially have, you know, a chance of being Phase 2. Phase 2 coming out. My thought process on this is Phase 2 is only gonna be a thing for Bedrock. Bedrock is, you know, sometimes it has some problems. They've implemented some things that could have been the problem, and that's what I think is happening. I think for Bedrock, they implemented Phase 2 because this was the one that could have caused trouble, you know, with all the water mechanics, breaking things, all of this, you know, different stuff rendering in the sea. The whole entire biomes actually is the whole problem, right? They want to basically, having these biomes render in the right way and not be broken, including water physics, may or may not be a bigger problem on Bedrock than other versions. So they might have done a phase 1 just to make sure that those things work. And if those things work, what I'm expecting you're going to see is potentially a bug fix this week on Bedrock Edition, a really big bug fix, fixing as many bugs as possible before they bring in the phantoms, before they bring in all the other stuff. And I'm thinking that they're going to release all of that stuff at the same time, because that said, guys, PC has had snapshots for weeks now. So PC snapshots being out for weeks now has given them a lot of time to, you know, fix up stuff and do things like that. So let's jump over to this. Actually, before I go, this blue, the blue check mark, that is the proposed release date of Nintendo Switch Bedrock version. So again, a little bit of the boy who cried wolf, because we've heard this before. And yeah, so they've had some problems with, I don't know, bringing it over or something like that. So the blue is the Nintendo Switch release date, and a lot of people have been saying, hey, maybe they're going to release the update Aquatic on that same day for everybody. I'm not even going to bring the yellow over there because I feel strongly that they're not going to release the Aquatic update on June 21st. They're going to release it before that. They've never waited that late into June before releasing it. Generally, I almost always say the first Tuesday in June, and you know what? 50% of the time, they beat me by a week and drop it in the last week of May. So let's go to fourth visual aid right here. Now on the fourth visual aid, you're going to see we have another color added, which is purple or magenta, I guess. Basically, we're still just looking for the fact that if it were to follow the first fact that Wednesday is the day that the update comes out, the 23rd and the 30th are possible areas. Almost for sure, I would say the 23rd and the 30th are the most likely. I would say 23rd is crazy bug fix, maybe 30th is release or something like that. But again, this all depends on whether they're trying to drop every version together. This is a thing, because I think they're going to try to do that, man. I really do. I feel like, honestly, if you're a Sony PS4 player, honestly guys, this is like, they've already made you mad. I'm mad too. They've already jaded you and they've already shunned you. If they were to go ahead and just drop update Aquatic on everything except for console edition, honestly, that would be like a final blow. Not that they care. Honestly, I've been starting to think lately that they're okay with all this. But let's jump over to step 5. So step 5 here gives us a shaded area. I would say that the likelihood of the update dropping within the shaded area is 95%. I would say that if they are trying to please everybody and put all versions out together, including console edition, PS4 and Sony, that the 5th looks like a really strong date. However, like I said, up to a week before, they've generally kind of they've surprised me. So I think the 29th is a likely option as well. Between that, we have the 5th of June, the 29th of May, and in the final visual aid, we have a big arrow. I feel 100%. I feel, honestly, guys, that they want to put the update Aquatic out with Sony at the same time. They already have it. We've already seen screenshots and tweets, including screenshots of PlayStation 4 and console edition having the update Aquatic, so it already exists. The problem is there is they have to send it for certification. When it comes to Sony, you know, in Xbox, their certification could be different because they're tied together. But when it comes to Sony, they actually have to send it in. It has to pass a certification process. This certification process could actually take a fair amount of time, especially if there's something wrong with it. So if there is something wrong with it, they have to take it back, they have to fix it, and then re-certify it. So really, Sony being involved in this really makes that end date really hard. So that said, I feel like they might be trying to do this because PS4 players are mad. And yeah, they don't want them to, you know, rush the stadium. And I think that June 5th, Tuesday, June 5th, I think we'll see the update. I think that most likely those purple marks right there are you're going to see some bug fixes, really big bug fixes. And you most likely will see a pre-release for Java. So it's not that exciting for Java players because they already have all this stuff. They did a massive bug fix on Java last week, and I didn't even do a video about the snapshot because literally the snapshot was all bug fixes. So that's maybe everything's ready to go. They're waiting for certification and they're ready to go. So I'm calling it right there, June 5th, 2018. That would be my choice. I'm thinking they're going to do that. In addition, they might beat us. Honestly, there's a chance, maybe next Tuesday. I don't know. You know what? They have, like I said, man, at least multiple times in my career trying to guess these dates. I would say that, yeah, they've beat me by a week. So I would say first place is June 5th, Tuesday. And I would say second place is May 29th, Tuesday. And if not, all those dates in between. So I don't know. I hope you feel better about it. Let me know what you think about the date. I'm super stoked for it, guys. I'm just waiting for phantoms. I'm waiting for turtles. These are a bunch of new farms we can make, a bunch of new redstone tutorials. And yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget to smash that like before you go, especially if you're waiting for the update Aquatic, guys. This is a pretty exciting update. Again, this is another thing right here. We're waiting for our bubble columns. Bubble columns are going to be a pretty big problem, actually. As you can see, we don't have them already. We do have water mechanics, so you will see that things do float, I guess. Yeah, you'll see that guy start floating up. So, but we are waiting on the actual bubble columns. I know that they have switched it. That seems to be a problem between Pocket Edition is having problems rendering those bubbles. So I read recently that they've switched the mechanics of it so that in your menu here, you could go in and in your video settings, they have a lot of video settings that will help you here. Basically, this big screen is kind of mostly there because they're trying to, on Bedrock, you know, it's different when you're running an Xbox One X Scorpio, blah, 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 or, you know, like a Nokia 5725 or whatever, right? So those things can't handle it. So they have a lot of different settings here, guys. When you're having problems like in your realm, it's really easy. Like if you're having problems with frames in your realm or something, this particle render distance is a super big one. I lowered this in my realm and the literally the lag went away, but you can't see particles rendering very far. But again, in these settings it really does change it, and I know bubble columns are a problem. So yeah, like I said, don't forget to smash the like before you go. Don't forget as well to subscribe and stay tuned, because we are going to be doing a lot more talking about this, and hopefully we can have a phantom farm coming soon. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.